Jennifer Lopez finally shuts all doors on Ben Affleck in Last Stroke. There are love stories. And then there are Hollywood love stories. Some begin with fireworks. Some end in silence. And some, like Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, seem destined to rewrite themselves again and again. But what happens when the door finally closes? Tonight, we're diving deep into the emotional saga of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, from the early 2000s frenzy, to their shocking reunion, to what many fans are now calling Jennifer's final stroke, the moment she appeared to shut all doors for good. Was this closure? Was it growth? Or was it simply the end of a chapter that could never truly work? Let's talk about it. Back in 2002, Hollywood witnessed the birth of a cultural phenomenon. Jennifer Lopez, global superstar. Ben Affleck, Oscar-winning actor and screenwriter. They met while filming Giggly, a movie that didn't exactly win over critics, but something far more powerful happened behind the scenes. They fell in love. And suddenly, the world had a new word, Bennifer. Paparazzi chased them everywhere. Their red carpet appearances became events. The pink diamond engagement ring? Iconic. But fame at that level is intense. In interviews years later, both would reflect on how overwhelming that era was. The pressure, the scrutiny, the expectations. By 2004, the engagement was called off. And just like that, one of Hollywood's biggest love stories ended. Or so we thought. After their split, both Jennifer and Ben moved forward publicly and privately. Jennifer Lopez married Mark Antony and built a family. Ben Affleck married Jennifer Garner and became a father. They each spoke respectfully about their past. They grew. They evolved. Jennifer became a business powerhouse. Music, film, fashion, fragrance, production. Ben navigated career highs, personal challenges, and major film successes, including directing and starring in critically acclaimed projects. Years passed. They weren't Bennifer anymore. They were just two successful people living separate lives. Until 2021, when photos surfaced of Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck spending time together again in 2021, the internet exploded. Was it real? Was it nostalgia? Was it unfinished business? Suddenly, Bennifer was back. Public appearances. Cozy paparazzi shots. Red carpets. A renewed engagement. And this time, it felt different. More mature. More grounded. Less flashy. More intentional. In interviews, Jennifer described their reunion as something that happened when they were both in healthier places. Fans rooted for them. Because who doesn't love a second-chance romance? They married in 2022. First in Las Vegas. Then in a larger ceremony in Georgia. It felt cinematic. Two people who found each other again after nearly 2 decades. Jennifer even released personal reflections describing their love as patient, enduring, and meant to be. It seemed like destiny had finally aligned. But fairy tales in real life are rarely simple. Over time, fans began noticing subtle changes. Less public appearances together. More solo outings. Body language debates on social media. Now, it's important to say, public perception isn't always reality. Celebrity couples are under a microscope. Every glance becomes a headline. But speculation grew. Were they just private? Were they adjusting? Or were there deeper differences resurfacing? Some commentators noted personality contrasts. Jennifer, known for her high visibility, global branding, and constant forward motion. Ben, often described as more reserved, more private, sometimes visibly uncomfortable with relentless public attention. Could those differences create friction? It's possible. But only they know the full truth. Now we come to what many fans are calling Jennifer's final stroke. Recent interviews, appearances, and subtle messaging have signaled something significant. Independence. Strength. Closure. Jennifer has been emphasizing themes of self-love, self-worth, and emotional boundaries. In speeches and performances, she's leaned into narratives of resilience and personal evolution. And here's the key point. When someone shifts their messaging from us to me, people notice. It doesn't require dramatic statements. Sometimes closure isn't loud. Sometimes it's simply moving forward, reclaiming identity, choosing peace. If Jennifer has indeed emotionally closed that chapter, it appears to be done with intention rather than chaos. No public mudslinging. No explosive interviews. Just distance. And that silence speaks volumes. Their first breakup was abrupt and dramatic. This time, it feels measured, mature, almost final. Second chances are beautiful, but they also test reality. Sometimes love is real, but compatibility evolves. Sometimes timing aligns, but lifestyle doesn't. Sometimes history is powerful, but the present demands something different. If this truly is the end, it may not be about failure. It may be about growth. And growth sometimes means letting go, whether together or apart. Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck created one of the most talked about love stories in modern celebrity culture. They were the early 2000s obsession, the breakup that shocked fans, the reunion nobody predicted, the wedding that felt like destiny, and possibly now, the closure that feels adult. What makes this story powerful isn't scandal. It's humanity. Two people, 2 decades, 2 attempts, and perhaps the understanding that not all great loves are meant to last forever. Some are meant to teach that if Jennifer Lopez has truly shut all doors, it doesn't look like anger. It looks like acceptance. And if Ben Affleck is moving forward too, it likely comes from the same place, experience. In the end, we don't actually know the private details. What we see are moments. What we interpret are signals. But what remains undeniable is this. Jennifer changed pop culture. And whether this is the final chapter or simply another unexpected pause, their story reminds us that love, timing, fame, and personal growth don't always move in sync. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is close the door gently and walk forward. There's something uniquely powerful about a second chance, especially when it's with someone who once held your entire heart. When Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck reunited in 2021, it wasn't just romance. It was nostalgia. It was healing. It was rewriting history. But here's the thing about rewriting history. You can't erase who you've become in the meantime. Both Jennifer and Ben had lived full lives between 2004 and 2021. Marriages, children, career evolutions, personal growth, public struggles. They weren't the same two people who fell in love on the set of Giggly. And that matters. Because second chances don't just reconnect two people. They merge two entirely new versions of them. And sometimes, growth changes compatibility. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a villain versus hero way. Just in a quiet, fundamental way. Jennifer Lopez has built an empire on visibility. She thrives in the spotlight. She commands stages. She curates moments. From her early music dominance to global performances, she understands spectacle, and she owns it. Ben Affleck, on the other hand, has spoken openly over the years about discomfort with intense media attention. He has often appeared more guarded, more private, even visibly strained by paparazzi culture. Now imagine that dynamic in a marriage. One partner comfortable with global attention, the other deeply fatigued by it. That doesn't mean conflict, but it does create friction.